When it comes to survival situations and personal protection, having the right tool can make all the difference. Though in those situations, most people think of knives, hatchets, or maybe tomahawks. But the machete is often overlooked. In reality, a strong, well-made machete can be one of the most versatile and powerful striking tools you can carry. So, in this video, we'll show you 25 of the strongest machetes for survival and self-defense. Updated price and purchase links are provided in the video description for your convenience. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. Alright, let's have a look at the barebones-nata-tool, which takes an old Japanese design and turns it into a modern survival machete. Its 12-inch stainless steel blade has a unique trapezoid shape that balances heavy chopping power with precision control. Because the blade runs fully through the handle in a full tang design, it delivers excellent balance, which helps reduce fatigue during long swings. With an overall length of 21 inches and weighing about 1.5 pounds, it offers good reach and enough impact for serious chopping tasks. Plus, the squared tip isn't just a design feature. It's genuinely useful for detailed survival work. And the weather-resistant sheath keeps the blade protected and easy to access when needed. On the downside, some users find the handle could be slightly larger for comfort during extended use. Still, for those who want a reliable, well-balanced machete that can handle both heavy work and finer tasks, it's a strong contender. Sometimes survival isn't about flashy tools, it's about something that just works every single time. So check out this bush machete from Hooyman. With a bit over a 21-inch stainless steel blade and full tang construction, it's built to survive the real world. What sets it apart is the no-slip H-grip handle. It actually grips better when wet. It's great for clearing brush, tall grass, or setting up an emergency shelter. The thin blade cuts lighter vegetation with minimal effort, and that lets you save energy for other survival tasks. And at 28 inches overall and under 2 pounds, it gives solid reach without feeling like a lumberjack tool. And the custom sheath with belt loops keeps it accessible at a moment's notice. Plus, here the peg hole in the handle is a surprisingly handy touch for secure storage or tying it down at base camp. Well, we want to mention that the thinner blade isn't ideal for heavy chopping, and with extreme use, the handle might loosen over time. But in situations where failure isn't an option, the Hooyman keeps performing, making it an actual survival tool that won't let you down when it counts most. If you've ever walked through jungle paths with a flimsy blade, you know how frustrating slow progress can be. The Condor-Machete solves that with a 14-inch 1075 high-carbon steel blade designed for two-handed chopping power. Its distal taper, thinner toward the tip, means faster swings without losing brute force at the base, so you can clear dense brush or take down branches efficiently. Here, the handle scales keep your grip solid even in wet or sweaty conditions, and the convex grind creates an edge that's sharp, durable, and easy to sharpen in the field. At 23 inches overall and under 2 pounds, it balances reach and maneuverability, while the handcrafted leather sheath allows quick deployment. This machete doubles as a serious self-defense tool too. The wide blade and powerful swings create an intimidating presence. That said, carbon steel does need maintenance to prevent rust, and the premium construction comes at a higher price. But if you want a survival machete that can handle everything from trail clearing to shelter building to emergency protection, the Mid-Machete delivers professional-grade performance. Traditional Kukris have been trusted by Gurkha warriors for centuries, and the CRKT-Kukri brings that legendary design to modern survival scenarios. The standout feature is the recurved blade, which actually pulls material into the cutting edge, making chopping feel almost effortless. At 10.5 inches, the 65 mm carbon steel blade is a bit shorter than some machetes, but its weight-forward design sends maximum energy into each swing, so whether you're splitting coconuts, cutting firewood, or clearing brush, it delivers serious power. The double-injection molded handle with thermoplastic rubber overlay keeps your grip secure, isolates vibration, and prevents fatigue during long sessions. Here, the Kukri shape isn't just for chopping. Its spear point tip gives good thrusting capability, so it doubles for self-defense. The under 16-inch overall length also makes it fairly portable without sacrificing reach. Well, the unique curve can be tricky to sharpen without the right tools. But if you're looking for a time-tested design that's been battle-proven and adapted for modern survival, the CRKT-Kukri brings that effectiveness into your hands. Now, you might be waiting for the budget-friendly option, and the Schrade SC-MACH2 definitely fits that spot. Its 15-inch 3 CR13 stainless steel blade comes with a black oxide coating to resist corrosion and reduce glare, practical for tactical situations. What makes it versatile is the combination of a sharp main edge and aggressive sawback teeth, letting you handle woodcutting when other tools aren't handy. Full tang construction ensures durability under heavy use, and the clip point with a false edge adds thrusting power for defense. The TPE handle maintains control, even when wet or grimy, and the 21-inch overall length keeps it maneuverable in tight spaces. At just under 17 ounces, it's light enough for all-day carry. The included nylon sheath with retention straps keeps it secure but accessible. It's not perfect. The edge may need more frequent sharpening, and the sheath lacks premium features. But for the price, it's hard to beat. For anyone who wants reliable cutting power, solid self-defense potential, and a tool that won't break the bank, this machete delivers well for survival scenarios. Now, let's have a look at the Overland Machete from LT Right, which clearly feels like the premium option on this list. Crafted in the USA from 10 to 75 high-carbon steel, one feature that really sets it apart is its two-stage patina finish. This finish isn't just for visual appeal. It naturally resists rust and also makes sharpening in the field significantly easier. The blade itself is about 12¼ inches long, and the full length of the machete comes to 19 inches. The handle is worth highlighting. It's fitted with natural micarta scales and sealed with marine-grade epoxy, which ensures it will endure even the toughest, wettest conditions. Additionally, the machete can be paired with either a traditional leather sheath or a more modern kydex option. Now, this isn't a machete you'd find in a bargain bin. It commands a higher price compared to mass-produced blades. But in exchange, you get a high-quality convex grind that cuts deeply and steel that's built to last for years. For anyone who appreciates meticulous craftsmanship and doesn't mind investing in American-made quality, the LT Right Overland Machete really stands out as a top-tier option. Next up is the ESEE-Darien, which takes a somewhat different approach. This machete is American-designed but manufactured in El Salvador, a country where machetes are a part of daily life. It takes its name from the Darien Gap, one of the most challenging jungle environments on the planet, which gives a clear sense of the rugged terrain it's built to handle. The blade measures just over 12⅓ inches and is forged from 10 to 75 carbon steel. It's heat-treated to strike a balance between toughness and ease of sharpening, so you can keep it field-ready. The micarta handle is carefully contoured, providing a secure grip that won't slip even if your hands are sweaty or damp. Weighing only 15½ ounces, it's surprisingly lightweight, allowing you to swing it all day without quickly wearing yourself out. The machete comes with a straightforward canvas sheath that isn't flashy, but it does its job of protecting the blade very well. While it isn't the cheapest option available, the Darien makes up for it with reliability, which in the field is far more important than cost. Now we move to something a little different, the Silky-NATA. This isn't your typical machete. It's more of a hybrid between a knife and a hatchet, and it comes straight from Japan, where such tools are crafted with precision and care. The blade is made from SKS-51 steel, using traditional Japanese forging techniques, which immediately signals excellent sharpness and long-lasting edge retention. It's available in two lengths, 210 or 240 millimeters, and it also comes in either single-edge or double-edge designs, depending on whether you want a tool optimized for chopping or splitting. The tip is slightly squared off, which shifts the blade's weight forward and helps generate more chopping power while requiring less effort. The handle is crafted from Genki rubber, which does an excellent job of absorbing shock and vibration. Users often note that it remains comfortable even after extended hours of cutting. The machete comes with a hard plastic sheath that features a belt clip, making it convenient to carry around for outdoor tasks or fieldwork. For anyone who appreciates Japanese craftsmanship and wants a tool that offers both precision and effective chopping power, the Silky-NATA is definitely worth considering. Here, the CAMILLUS-Carnivore-X 18 is designed as a do-it-all machete. At first glance, it looks like a fairly standard 12-inch blade, but thanks to its titanium bonding, it's about 3 times harder than untreated steel. This allows the blade to hold its edge significantly longer than you might expect from a conventional machete. What makes this one unique is the versatility. It's not just a machete, it's also a saw, a digger, a chisel, and even a gutting tool. The back edge is serrated and chews through branches like they're nothing. And on top of that, it comes with a ballistic nylon sheath that even packs a small 5-inch trimming knife inside. The rubberized handle keeps it grippy, even if your hands are wet or muddy. Now, well, this is kinda a heavy tool. You're not going to casually toss it into your pack unless you know you'll be putting it to work. But if you're heading out for serious camping or survival use, it's like having multiple tools wrapped into one machete. Now, we have the Bestia from Tops Knives. This is essentially a Kukri-inspired machete, but updated with modern design features. The blade is 13 inches long and forged from 1095 high-carbon steel with a signature tan traction finish from Tops for added durability and corrosion resistance. The forward curved blade ensures a weight-forward swing. It's capable of clearing heavy brush or even cutting through small trees with relative ease. The micarta handle is intentionally long, so you can either grip closer to the blade for fine control or farther back for maximum chopping force. At just over 31 ounces, it's not the lightest machete, but it's well balanced enough that fatigue doesn't set in too quickly. The Kydex sheath, complete with a leather dangler attachment, makes carrying such a substantial tool much more manageable. While the weight and premium price point may make it less ideal for casual camp chores, the Bestia excels in raw chopping power. For anyone seeking one of the most potent cutting tools on the market, the Bestia truly lives up to its imposing name. When you need serious reach and chopping power, the Master Cutlery JungleMaster doesn't hold back. These long, hefty blades make clearing thick brush or small trees feel much easier, giving you leverage that smaller machetes just can't match. The blade itself runs up to about 15.5 inches of cutting edge on the bigger model, which gives you reach that's hard to find in standard machetes. Full tang stainless steel keeps the build reliable, and the handle is wrapped in thick cord. That cord can be unraveled in a pinch, giving you extra cordage for emergencies, a nice survival bonus. Now, here's the thing. People often say the edge comes sharp enough, but not quite field ready. You'll likely want to give it a proper sharpening before taking it out. Once tuned up, though, the hollow grind gives it solid sharpness for such a big blade, and carrying such a long machete could be awkward, but the nylon sheath with an adjustable shoulder strap makes it manageable. Still, because of the size and weight, this isn't something you'd grab for light camp chores. If swinging with less effort is what you want, the SOG-Kukri-Machete takes the classic Kukri curve and makes every chop count. Its forward-weighted design turns tough cutting into a smooth, controlled motion. Right away, the 12-inch blade stands out. It's made from 3 CR13 stainless steel with a black hardcase finish, so you're getting solid corrosion resistance and durability. The Kukri curve shifts weight toward the tip, which is exactly what makes chopping feel effortless. But SOG didn't stop there. On the spine of the blade, you'll find a full sawback with aggressive double-ground teeth. That comes in handy when chopping alone won't cut it, literally. Here, the handle is made from Kraton, which gives you a rubber-like grip that stays secure even in the rain. Plus, with full tang construction, you're not worrying about it giving up on heavy swings. At just 15 ounces and an overall length of 18 inches, it strikes a nice balance between capability and portability. Now, the steel is easy to sharpen, but it doesn't hold its edge as long as more premium steels. That's probably the biggest trade-off. Still, if you're looking for one tool that chops, cuts, and even saws, the SOG-Kukri is a handy piece to have on your side. For anyone after a tactical, tough-looking tool that actually delivers, the M48 Ops Combat Pack's strength and durability. It's built to handle heavy chopping while staying reliable in demanding conditions. The blade is built from 420 amp stainless steel with a titanium electroplated finish, giving you both corrosion resistance and a clean edge for serious outdoor tasks. The blade itself runs 12.3 inches long and is backed up by a solid thickness of about 5 to 6 millimeters. That extra thickness means it's tough enough to handle heavy chopping. Users also like that it's full tang, so the strength carries right through the handle. And the handle is a reinforced composite with textured grips. That means it stays locked in your hand, even on sweaty or long sessions of chopping. The pommel even has a lanyard hole for added security. Carrying it is made easier with a MALL-compatible nylon sheath, so you can strap it onto your pack or belt however you like. And yeah, the styling may be too tactical for people who prefer traditional machetes. But performance-wise, this thing holds up well in testing. For the price, it's a capable chopper with some serious attitude. When balance and control matter as much as raw power, the CRKT-Halfachance shines. Its pairing-style shape puts weight where you need it, so every swing feels efficient and precise. The blade itself measures 14 inches and is made from 65 Mn carbon steel with a black powder coating to help with durability and corrosion resistance. Where this machete really shines is in balance. Even with its size, it feels nimble and controlled in the hand. The handle is glass-reinforced nylon with a rubber overmold, so you're getting grip, comfort, and less vibration when you're chopping for long stretches. People who've used it say it works great for everything from clearing brush to even finer woodworking tasks. Plus, it comes with a reinforced nylon sheath that's built to take a beating and offers multiple carry options. So, if you want a versatile machete that blends power with control, the Halfachance makes a strong case. Sometimes you want a tool that's compact but still hits hard. The Kershaw Camp 10 is like a big knife that slices, chops, and handles most outdoor tasks without feeling unwieldy. The blade runs 10 inches long, made from 65 Mn carbon steel, and paired with a drop point shape that gives it a lot more versatility than you'd expect. So while it doesn't have the long reach of a full-sized machete, it still hits hard enough to handle most outdoor tasks. It's full tang, so you're not worrying about durability, and the flat saber grind paired with a powder-coated finish means it slices cleanly and shrugs off rust pretty well. And surprisingly, it can chew through some pretty tough materials despite its shorter size. The sheath is also a plus, with options for horizontal or vertical carry. Now, if you need sheer striking force for heavy vegetation or chopping logs, you'll have to work harder with this than with a bigger blade. But if you're after something compact that still delivers a serious bite, the Camp 10 sits right in that sweet spot. For those who value traditional craftsmanship and strong cutting performance, the Condor Impossible blends classic style with a blade that holds an edge and handles heavy outdoor use. Condor went with 1075 high-carbon steel here, finished in their classic style, so you're getting a blade that not only holds an edge really well but also sharpens up nicely. The blade itself is about 10 7/8 inches long, and the handle is what really sets this machete apart. Instead of plastic or synthetic scales, Condor fitted it with a leather-wrapped hardwood grip. That gives it a really natural, almost old-school feel in the hand, while also soaking up some of the shock from chopping. Paired with the pairing-style blade geometry, a convex grind with a bit of forward weight. Plus, it comes with a handcrafted welted leather sheath, which not only looks traditional but also protects the blade well. Though the high-carbon steel does need proper care to prevent rust, still, for anyone who appreciates traditional craftsmanship with modern durability, the Impossible Machete definitely delivers. Clearing thick brush or tackling vines is what the cold steel jungle was made for. Its weight-forward long blade makes heavy-duty chopping almost effortless. The blade is made from 65 Mn steel with a black matte anti-rust finish, which means you're getting durability and decent corrosion resistance right out of the box. Now, the blade here stretches a full 16 inches, so it's on the bigger side. And with that length plus its weight-forward balance, you can swing through vines, brush, and even small trees without much issue. And it gives you some extra versatility, not just chopping, but also piercing and handling those more detailed survival tasks when needed. The handle is a no-nonsense polypropylene one, tough but comfortable enough. And of course, it comes with a Core-X sheath, which isn't flashy, but yeah, gets the job done. Now, when it comes to performance, field users report that it chops really well and stays effective, even through demanding jobs. The only complaints are that the baked-on coating tends to wear off over time. So, if raw chopping power is what you're after, and you don't mind carrying a heavier blade, the Cold Steel Jungle is one tough workhorse. Well, this one might confuse you a little. The Cold Steel Bowie. They're calling it a machete, but honestly, it feels a lot closer to an oversized knife. Yeah, but that's actually the charm. If you're someone who wants something compact yet still packing real striking power, this Bowie-style machete checks both boxes. The blade measures 12 inches, is forged from 65 Mn high-carbon steel, and has that classic clip-point profile you usually see on traditional Bowie knives. Basically, it bridges the gap between a big camp knife and a lighter machete, making it more versatile than you'd expect. Now, weight-wise, it comes in at around 16 ounces, which is pretty manageable, and users like how lively it feels in hand. Plus, the polypropylene handle adds grip security, and you also get a Core-X sheath. Though it's not built for heavy-duty chopping, but when it comes to camp chores, light brush clearing, or times you want a tool that's compact yet strikes with authority, the Cold Steel Bowie hits a sweet spot. If versatility in a smaller package is what matters, the Gerber VersaFix Pro does the job. Its hybrid design gives you a bit of weight up front to make chopping easier without carrying a full-size blade. The blade itself is 9 inches long, made from stainless steel, and it's got a skeletonized weight-forward design. What that means in plain terms is the blade carries a bit more mass at the front, so it slices and chops with less effort than a straight knife would. And the chiseled finish gives it a rugged look, but it's not just about style. It helps reduce friction in cuts too. One of the things people like most is the handle. It's comfortable, easy to hold, and reduces fatigue if you're working for a long time. As it's a hybrid, it's not as tough as a heavy machete. And if you're the type who needs one tool for a mix of small and medium tasks, then this one might be good for you. But if you're chasing brute chopping force, this won't be the one. For a budget-friendly option that still chops like a pro, the WEYLAND-Kukri uses a classic forward curve to make every swing count, delivering surprising power for its price. Now, Kukris are known for that forward curved blade design, and this one follows the classic shape with a 10-inch high-carbon steel blade. That curve naturally shifts the weight forward, which is why Kukris chops so well. Even though it's priced on the lower end, it still comes with full tang construction, which means the blade steel runs through the entire handle for extra strength. The blade itself has a black protective coating to keep rust at bay, though you'll still want to maintain it since carbon steel isn't exactly stainless. What makes this one stand out in its price range is the little details, like the rubberized grip that doesn't slip around when your hands are sweaty or wet. You also get a MAL-compatible nylon sheath. There's even a 550 paracord lanyard attached, which can double as emergency cordage. Now, like many budget machetes, the factory edge usually needs some touching up before it really shines. When brute chopping strength is the goal, the Cold Steel Heavy Machete doesn't mess around. Its wide, weight-forward blade bites deeply into thick brush and small logs. Instead of a slim, lightweight blade, you're looking at a big 14 5/8-inch slab of 1055 high-carbon steel. The blade widens out toward the tip, which shifts the weight forward and adds a lot of momentum every time you swing. If you've got serious land clearing to do or need to blaze a trail, this thing chews through material much faster than lighter machetes. The steel is coated with Cold Steel's black anti-rust finish, so it holds up outdoors without too much worry about corrosion. It comes with a polypropylene handle, tough, weather-resistant, and easy to clean. But since it's a hard plastic, it's not as cushioned as some rubberized grips, so after a long session, you might feel fatigue in your hand. And speaking of fatigue, the machete itself weighs about 24 ounces, which is noticeably heavier than average. Still, if what you need is pure chopping strength, the heavy machete is one of the hardest-hitting one-handed tools out there. For situations where piercing strength is key, the Tactical Tanto Machete shines. Its reinforced tip makes punching through tough materials much easier than a standard curved blade. The blade is 13 inches long, made from 1055 high-carbon steel, and finished in Cold Steel's black anti-rust coating for durability. The Tanto point is all about piercing strength. That reinforced tip is designed to punch through tougher materials without bending or breaking, which gives this machete some unique advantages. Here, the handle is injection-molded polypropylene with a Japanese-inspired shape. It's grippy, weatherproof, and doesn't soak up sweat or water. And at just about 16.5 ounces, it's fairly light for its size. Now, because it's a Tanto, you don't get that same natural chopping efficiency you'd expect from a curved blade. It works, but you'll need to put in a bit more effort on heavy brush. Still, for people who want a machete with strong piercing ability and a more tactical look, it's a solid, specialized tool. If you want a compact tool that's easy to carry yet still versatile, the SOG Jungle Primitive fits perfectly. It may be small, but it handles a surprising range of outdoor tasks. Just don't expect it to dominate thick brush the way a full-sized machete would. So, this is basically like a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none kind of tool. The blade is 9.5 inches long and made from 8 CR13 MOV stainless steel, which means it's tough, resists rust, and sharpens easily in the field. The aggressive sawback spine tackles fibrous materials well, while the Creighton handle with DigiGrip keeps your hand from slipping even when wet. At 14 ounces and about 15 inches overall, it's light enough to carry all day, making it a versatile little tool. Now, you can use it as a machete, a saw, and even a light hammer. Just remember, the trade-off is raw chopping power. It won't match a bigger blade. But for anyone who wants portability plus versatility in a single tool, the Jungle Primitive hits that sweet spot. For chopping heavy growth without swinging harder, the ColdSteel-Kukri's forward-weighted design does the work for you. It's efficient, light, and precise for bushcraft-style tasks. Inspired by the Nepalese Kukri, it's built for serious chopping but with a modern touch. The blade runs 13 inches, made from 65 Mn high-carbon steel, and the whole thing comes in at about 18 inches overall, weighing just around a pound. Pretty light for its size. What makes it special is the weight-forward design. Basically, more of the blade's weight sits near the front, which means you don't have to swing as hard to cut deep into wood or brush. At under 3 millimeters thick, the blade is tough enough without losing its slicing edge, and the black matte finish helps fight rust. The handle is textured polypropylene, giving you grip even with wet or sweaty hands, plus there's a lanyard hole for backup safety. The sheath is a simple nylon Corex. Nothing fancy, but it works. One thing to note though, it's not the best for heavy batoning through gnarly wood since the blade is thinner. But that thinner profile is actually what makes it shine for bushcraft-style tasks. So if you're more about precision than brute force, this Kukri fits the bill. When tradition meets performance, the Ralph Martindale PK01 delivers. It brings over 150 years of British craftsmanship. This machete is made from high-carbon spring steel, which is strong, durable, and holds its edge well. Each one's forged from a single piece of steel, no welds or joints that might fail, then hand-rolled, hardened, and tempered for long-term use. They even offer it in different lengths, so you can pick the size that matches your work. This is the kind of tool that powers through thick brush, small trees, or heavy garden work without wearing you out. It's versatile too, handy on the farm, clearing trails, or just managing yard chores. Handle options include traditional German beechwood or a more modern curved plastic that's grippy and impact-resistant. Here, the wood feels classic, though it can get slippery when wet, while the plastic is more practical in rough conditions. Either way, you're getting a no-nonsense, hard-working machete. Alright, that was our video on the 25 strongest machetes for survival and self-defense. So, which one would you love to pick? Let us know in the comments below. And, as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.